He's the Mindful Man reading another chapter from Yorkshire Childhood, which is an Amazon KDP. Josh bounced on the bed and he declared, "This is a real adventure." And it was. Tom took charge of the unpacking, and before they knew it, it was time for lunch. As they set out into the corridor, the ship started rumbling and shaking. "What's that?" said Josh, momentarily frightened. "Oh, it's just setting off," said Tom. "Let's go to the top deck so we can see." After a bit of towing and froing, the lift arrived, and they watched as the ship slowly moved away from the coast. It became smaller and smaller, and then all they could see was the sea. They looked at each other, and neither one of them could believe it was happening. "Grandad would be so proud," said Tom, and Josh smiled. It was incredible and a little unnerving having lunch on the top deck, seeing the waves all around them. It would take some getting used to, but they had the weekend to do just that. It was strange being surrounded by so many people when they were just used to each other. "There must be thousands on here," said Josh. "That's right," said Tom, "but I'm not counting." After lunch, they both lay on the deck chairs and eventually fell asleep to the rocking and rolling of the ship. When they woke up, the sun had disappeared and the sky was full of clouds, and they didn't look pleasant. A spot of rain fell on Tom's face, and he awoke blinking momentarily, forgetting where he was. When he sat up, he could see that the waves were 6 feet high. He roused Tom, and they rushed inside just as a huge, angry black cloud poured over the deck. "That was lucky," Tom said, laughing. "Let's have a look round and see what we can buy," he said ironically, as he wasn't interested in material things, and he didn't think Josh was either. There was plenty of pretty shop assistants selling watches of every colour and design and perfume and chocolate and clothing, all with the insignia of the ship. "Now that's a good idea," Tom declared, as he tried on a black polo shirt, and Josh did too. "We can wear these tonight." "Smart but casual," said Tom, as he opened his shy wallet and declared, "If we can't treat ourselves here, when can we?" That evening they were seated in the Swiss Saffron restaurant, and they were joined by two elderly couples in their mid-60s, dressed in evening clothes, and they proceeded to tell Josh and Tom their life stories. At first it was interesting, but after 20 minutes they were both wilting. They tucked into their steak, and they tried their best to follow the long conversation. All around them people were chatting, and it was beginning to remind Tom of a chicken coop. The gentleman was obsessed with hunting and fishing, and he droned on about the entire gun he had and all the successful kills he'd had. It was difficult to get a word in edgeways. They were momentarily saved by the dessert, and Tom watched the waves rising through the windows, and he hoped a storm wasn't brewing like his headache. Josh sat there not saying much and just drinking his tea, and he was tired, but still excited by their unfolding journey.